Yeah, so Surefire obviously brings to market the CRM functionality, lead management, content is another really key part of the value prop we bring to the table, and then a lot of the marketing automation that we're going to be talking about today and hopefully seeing some of in this presentation.
So for Surefire, we really like how when we were looking for an app for our product, Surefire integrated beautifully with the SimpleNexus app, and we've rebranded it, calling it Snap. And one of the things within Snap, we can actually take the check out your neighborhood content. Have you ever seen the check out your neighborhood in Surefire? It's so great. We can actually implement that right in a link on our app. So when a borrower is searching for a home and they find something that they really like, they can enter that address in and look at all of the data that's surrounding that home. We also really like the single property sites with Surefire. Have any of you used the single property sites, built them out? They're so great. We can add a single property site onto the app so that in their marketing, they can see all of the single property sites or featured properties that they have with a realtor partner. So we love Surefire, thank you. The next one we have is Mobility RE, and Ben, if you'd like to talk a little bit.
Yeah, so kind of a quick overview of Mobility RE. What we did is we wanted to try and create a solution that helped your realtor partners. Because what we hear from them all the time is that they're really frustrated with their clients going to Zillow and Redfin and Trulia, where all their competitors show up and data is inaccurate. The homes have sold weeks ago, sometimes even months ago. So what Mobility RE does is we create and customize a mobile app for your realtor partners, and we brand it to the LO and to that realtor. That way the consumer can search all the homes directly off the MLS, and it doesn't show the competitors, it's accurate. And we tie all that in then to SimpleNexus, and then funnel all the leads we generate through to Surefire. So, and we'll talk in the breakout a little bit more about the details of how we do those things and all the additional features and tools there. So.
Great, so we really like the Mobility RE product. When we co-brand an app with your realtor partner and you as an LO, the Mobility RE feature comes right up, and borrowers can search for homes right on the app. They can get alerts for new homes that have just been listed. And it's so great because not only can you search for the product, but then within the SimpleNexus app, you can then use a loan calculator and do a bunch of things on the other side. So thank you so much, Ben. Okay, the next product that we have is SimpleNexus, and we have rebranded it to call it Snap Home. And I'm gonna let Matt talk a little bit about SimpleNexus.
Thanks. Yeah. So as I alluded to earlier in supporting the whole thing, I don't really like the spotlight that much. But about SimpleNexus, we really are more of we try and be very much a supporting role. Completely rebranded. For example, to Snap. We're mobile first, and it's realtor facing, borrower facing, and an LO facing. So we kind of have those three guiding lights. So for the LO, the idea is we want to help an LO accomplish more in 5 minutes from their kid's ball game than their peers can do in an hour and a half back at the office. So we do that through a variety of tools. And then for the borrower perspective, we want a single point where the borrower can log in. They can walk in an open house, model home. They can have this introduction from the realtor. It's co-branded with the realtor, the loan officer. Now they can use this to do their Mobility RE home search. They can use this to do calculations. They can apply for their home loan. They can sign their disclosures and go through this whole process all in one spot, right? And it's web and the mobile app. We find for loan applications that come in, it's about a 2-to-1 ratio. So about every 2 web applications that come in, both mobile web and computer, to 1 mobile app loan application that comes in. But we really want to be where they are, whenever they are. Not everybody's ready to apply right now, right? And then the last thing is providing tools for realtors. So realtors are able to, they've got their Mobility RE search built in. They've got their, they can see progress on loans And then as leads come in, we're passing them over to top of mind. Loan officers can use the mobile tools to interact with. I hope I'm not jumping the gun here, but to add, edit, remove contacts with Surefire, see contact history, notes, those type of things. So really, our objective is to get the loan officer out in the field building relationships. That's what we do.
Thank you. So for Security National, when we were looking at a mobile app, it was a no-brainer for us to choose SimpleNexus because it integrated with a product we already knew. We already loved Surefire, and Mobility RE just added that extra level for us. So next we're gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about how all three work together, and I'll show you a little bit of an idea of what our app looks like. And for the borrower, from start to finish, they're just looking for their dream home. They don't need to know all of the behind the scenes of what a mortgage looks like or how to build that out in terms of rate or whatever. Their end goal is to get that home. So this app and integrating it with Mobility RE and Surefire just gives that seamless experience. They can go to one stop, search for homes, apply, use a calculator, and get right into their home easily. So this next little bit, let's see. Do you remember how we get that to play? Okay, beautiful. Okay, so this is kind of what the borrower would see when they are looking at their view of our app. And the first thing I'm going to show you is just a quick little area where it talks about, it goes into the check out your neighborhood. And if any of you have seen that, we can put a link right on their site. They enter in an address. So say they're looking at this home on Lincoln Lane. It will give them all sorts of information about like the type of homes that are listed, if they're more renters versus people who own their homes. It's really great. What else is on here? It's coming up kind of fast.
Demographics, income, who's commuting versus walking to work. And so this is all data that we're pulling in from the Mobility RE system, as well as a couple of other third-party data solutions to give them just a really clearer picture than what you would get if you just went to Zillow. That's the value add, value prop we're trying to add.
I love how it's so fast too. I mean, you're looking at it as the borrower, you're looking at it like, oh, I just barely put an address in here, but it's customized. It looks like it just built it right on the fly. It's really great. It will talk about like the schools, what your average commute looks like, how many kids are in the neighborhood. It's a fantastic product. The next thing is the Mobility RE search. Let's see, are we to that point, right? Yeah. So we're searching right now in Mobility RE, and this actually brings in all of the MLS data. They can search for homes right on the site or right on the app. They can run filters, so if they have a certain price range that they're looking for, they can run filters for that. And they can save their favorites. So if there are certain products or certain homes that they're looking at that they really love, they can save those favorites and share them with their realtor partner and continue to look for that home. And once they find the home that they really like, there is a calculator tool. So SimpleNexus provides this calculator tool inside the app, and it can go through the type of product that they want to maybe look at, conventional versus FHA, maybe a jumbo product. They can adjust the sales price, what down payment they might like, how long their term would be, or possible interest rates. And all of these are savable too, which is really great. So if you have a calculation that you've looked up, you can save that and then share that with your loan originator to possibly get into the right space for you. The next part, right within the app, they can apply and then get information right back. So you can actually run credit in the app as a loan officer. You can share appraisals through the app. It's just such a fantastic feature. Our loan originators are so happy with this product. It used to be that you'd have to go back home to finish up an application or take something even just handwritten. Our customers can just apply right on the app, and it's fantastic. And then the last piece, we actually have a scan tool in our SimpleNexus app. So you can have your borrower upload documents. So W-2s, that's okay. You're skipping, it's so nice, thank you, I appreciate it. This is actually usually a pretty long feature, so. Our scan tool is demonstrated right here. So you can take a picture, send the file right to your realtor partner, and all of this integrates with our LOS. So we have Encompass. All of the documents are uploaded right into Encompass. So easy to talk back and forth, so we really love the product. I think there was a hand over here.
So on the mobility, do we need to be partnered with a realtor, or can we do that ourselves?
Yes, you do need to be partnered with a realtor partner in order for that to work, but go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, so we have vendor agreements with MLSs all over the country, and we get that direct IDX feed, which is the most accurate way that a consumer can search. It's far better than Zillow and the others. But those MLSs are really pretty strict to say, hey, if we're going to give you that feed, we want it tied to one of those realtor partners that's a member there. So you can co-brand the SimpleNexus app to have your realtor partner and the loan officer on there. We'll tie it in, we'll bring that home search in, and then both LO and agent will get notified of the activity of that borrower searching that way.
But you have to use the realtor's MLS credentials or whatever on it.
Yeah, so as a vendor, we'll basically say, hey, this realtor is a member there, we'll co-brand, we'll bring in their feed, and then we can push it live there. And then, we can also talk, we've got a couple new features coming offline, potentially LO tools that we'll talk about. It's coming down the pipe. So we can talk outside and go over that in more detail for some new tools coming that will give you some more features outside of just your realtor partners. So.
All right, so we just basically went over the what and the why, and in our next breakout session, we're gonna actually learn a little bit more about how we've increased our reach at Security National. We've actually increased it tenfold in some of our markets that we've been doing a specific process with, so hopefully you can make it to that breakout session. Are there any questions that you all have though right now before the breakout?
If a client runs the credit report, does that upload back to Encompass?
So you actually run the credit report. I don't know who would actually speak to it.
Yeah, the LOs actually, so the client would apply in the application, so it's, and companies will typically configure like one or more different types of loan applications they want to use. But a common item in the loan application is approval to run credit from the borrower. Then the LO is able to run it. When they run it, yes, the scores, the report, all that gets dropped back into the LOS. And then like the reference number and everything else.
Some of the other things that you can do within the go ahead.
I actually ran a credit report on the app about an hour ago. It only pulled one score. Is that something that's integrated within the app, or possibly something from my company that?
It could be that your company has asked us to only allow soft pulls. That's a possibility.
That's a great question. Some of the other things that you can do with an app that I really like, you can send out a pre-qualification letter. You can share data in terms of asking for certain things from your borrower. Some of the other things that you know that we can do in the app that are awesome.
Let's see. I mean, the letters, yeah. I mean, run pricing.
Yeah.
That's the pricing. Well, we have tons of integrations. Pricing is only OB right now, but it's pretty powerful. As we continue down that path, I mean, VOA is built in. It's an optional enhancement to enable. That's with Form for Infinity as of right now.
I like that you can share the appraisal. That's really handy.
The appraisals don't go directly to the consumer. They only go to the LO, and the LO can choose to forward them. So we don't want to surprise you with a phone call or something that you're not aware yet. So.
Is there any sorry for the interruption? Is there any intention to integrate other pricing engines other than OB, like GPS?
Well, yeah, we're getting asked right now, and the EPPS, so the EPPS APIs are brand new. We're scoping them out. We don't have it integrated yet, I'm sure we will. I talk with the product teams over there pretty regularly, about once a week. And then, I mean, more tech and, you know, some others that we get asked about, but right now it's OE. So.
I have a question, mobility RE. So if we're working in multiple states, then is that just a link we share then connected to, you can add the links on Neo, right? As many as you'd like, we just say California home search, but how does that work?
Yeah, so again, tying it to your realtor partners, if you have realtor partners in different states, then you'll just let us know. And then we can verify that, oh, this realtor is a member of the California and Arizona MLSs, or they're in a different state. And then we can attach that, and then that consumer will be able to search everything in those areas and see that, and it'll notify that realtor.
So we just need one link then, we wouldn't need like 6 on like Neo?
Right. The link that you'll have on your Neo app, which is SimpleNexus branded app, will be on your co-branded partner apps. So instead of having to have a bunch of links, you'll have the one per co-branded app there. So.
And we'll talk through details about how to attach realtors and that kind of stuff. It's actually, it's fairly automated once it's set up. So.
Yep. Matt, is there any AUS integration on the roadmap, being able to download remotely to pull it into Compass and then execute an AUS?
We're integrating with Fannie right now for DU. We'll be doing LPA also, and then beyond that, we're looking very closely at actually tying into a lot of the rules engines for the different products, so that you could look at conditions outstanding for even some of the product.
Oh, other questions? Hold on, I'll bring the microphone.
Yeah. Use it wisely.
Hey, thanks for all your cool information. So because you integrate with Encompass, it's probably not a good fit for a broker or shop that uses Point then?
Point Central we integrate with.
Oh, okay.
So for example, and some people don't know if they're using Point Central or not. Point Central is if you were to edit a loan file on your machine, and somebody
That's
else
a
from your
server.
office could open that same file on their machine and see your changes, you're using Point Central.
Okay.
If that's the case, yeah, we can integrate. But what we don't integrate with is like standalone Point on your computer.
Right, okay, fair enough, thank you.
Anyone? Anyone else? See, I just ruined it by putting a microphone in it. All right. Adam? You guys still going? We're done? Awesome.